Okay, last thing, I have put together. You're all gonna get a copy of this. I have put together a series of tracks. So your responses here uh, will correlate to a 12-week self-guided, totally do-it-yourself program. If you're, let's say, you're occasional casual user and you want to move up to a regular user, well, you've got a whole program overview, mindsets that you're going to want to think about, recommended tools, and then inside every week you have a focus, you have action items, things to do, a checkpoint, and then some tips. So totally self-guided. Every week has something different. It could obviously take you 2 weeks or it could take you 2 years, but it was just really it was a total output of all of that research that got conducted. And so it wasn't anything crazy to put all this together. And I wanted to share it with you and hope you go down that path and hope you grow, you move up a notch. And I hope that this helped or did something for at least somebody. With that, next session is Thursday, February 26th. Feel free to invite others. Meeting materials today will be sent out by the end of the day. And totally let me know if you want to do a solo one-on-one session. Happy to help. And don't forget, I also do this super deep for a living. If you or your business wants to really take it to the next level, got all sorts of ways to make that happen. So let's do some questions the last 5, 6 minutes.
I have one question about the agent. When you started, well, first of all, for people who don't know, when you start a chat, you have to select what kind of chat you want from that box. That's where you get your agent. But the agent, do I really just push its limits? Is that the deal? Just give it what I want and ask and start and say, hey, can you come up with anything? Is that my best way to learn it, is to just throw stuff in and practice? Okay.
Probably how you moved from training wheels to two wheel.
Yeah. I'm thinking I'm going to pull out all my old prospects from our CRM and ask it to revisit all of them for potential as a new prospect. And then
Yeah,
just that's my test, I think, is
yeah. Is so you're on Copilot? Are you on Salesforce?
I'm not in Salesforce and I have Copilot, but I don't use my Copilot because now I will do things in each one to see because I don't trust Copilot yet. Now, Copilot is beneficial though if it can pull information from my entire SharePoint. Like if I need to pull information of mine from
That's why I was
mine,
that's why I was asking that. Was like you're probably in a ecosystem where things are
100%.
half decently connected. And
Yes, I am 100% connected with, I mean, we're in IT, so we have like every bell and whistle on our Microsoft you can imagine.
yeah,
But my question about this is if I do an agent, does it keep the agents in the long chain of lists? Does it put it up by projects? Can I put an agent in a project?
you'll have to see. I don't know the answer to that on Copilot.
Oh, I'm talking chat. I'm
In
not going to use the Copilot.
in chat, I keep all of my agents out of projects, and I think that's because I don't think you can run agents inside of projects yet.
Can you keep a folder of agents?
No.
So they're separate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably tomorrow you can probably do that.
So be particular when I choose an agent because it's going to stay in the list.
Yeah, but yeah, be particular, but like you're not gonna have 100 agents. Like I think
Right.
I've made five. You
Right.
know, so like if you can beat me, yeah, Debbie, what's up?
When you're building those agents and you've trained your particular tool, does it take your voice and all the things you've trained on that general tool and apply it to the agents that you're building?
I'm gonna say yeah.
My perception is that it imports the information, it may not organize it right.
Because agents live outside of the folder structure, folders you can isolate and contain the information in there. And so if I could have two different folders for cooking. One was gluten free and one was something else. The information it would think I was two different people with two different dietary restrictions. Agents live on the outside of those folders, and so I'm guessing that agents have a lot of context to everything that's going on, but I wouldn't like lean into that concept. I would stick with like, give it context right now. And get to a point, if you get to a point where you're using an agent function and you found how it's making a difference and you want that to be a much more structured part of what's going on, give me a call. That's where we're going to move on to more advanced tools like Make or N8N or even Lovable to make things a permanent fixture in, if this happens, run the string of 6 different ChatGPT agents in the background, and then shoot me an email with the results.
Also,
Thank
just
you.
a note, Debbie, I found it recently. When I first started using ChatGPT, the dashes and stuff drove me crazy. But you can literally start a chat with your voice and tell it who you are, what you do, where you live, what you like, how you write. Do you want to be friendly? Do you not want to be friendly? You can set every option in this under your advanced settings in your actual name if you have the full version.
Thank you.
Valencia, see you, Benny.
Sorry, I thought someone was before. I thought Kevin was first. So
I don't know who was first.
Hey, Kevin. I'll come back.
Kevin.
Yeah, I was just gonna say thanks, Justin, for doing this. I know we were chatting about having you speak to the lawyer group coming up soon. One of the things that I'm facing as a lawyer in this space is we're kind of regulated as to what kind of AI tools we can do. A lot of them are internal regulations, like we've got firm policies as, like you just can't adopt a new tool willy-nilly. So I've been just doing stuff on more on the side for myself, personal, my own stuff versus, trying to do my legal work with it. So I guess I was thinking more along terms of like, you talked about how much you use in Granola, have you any context of using that in like a regulated space like that?
No.
Okay.
Not Granola specifically. But from the law tool perspective, I've got a running list of, I think there's 8 or 9 now on it that I'm investigating, so that there's a couple of firms around town that are wanting to incorporate a tool like Harvey, per se. You probably heard of that one, right?
Yeah.
There's 9 other versions of it, and how's it fit for your internal compliance, for your external compliance? What do they all do? So we could totally have a further conversation if you were going that direction.
Okay. All right. Now, Lindsay, your turn.
Thank you, Kevin. Thanks, Justin. This is awesome. Just 2 quick questions. The first is I use ChatGPT, like the free app. Do you recommend, upgrading to a monthly subscription? Because I heard you mention that. And then my second question is, are you starting to see what's the etiquette regarding using AI generated messages and emails? If you copy paste, I think there's a way you can find out if this message was created by ChatGPT. So I try to just, instead of copy paste, I kind of finesse in my own way, but using the words that was provided. So what are you seeing regarding etiquette around using ChatGPT in a wording space or in emails or text message?
Yeah. Your first question, I would say if when you're using these tools, if it tells you like, hey, you're about to hit your limit and you've got 3 weeks left in the month, like that's a pretty good sign that you're probably at the capacity there. And then the second thing is, there's 3 things. Your limit, if you notice that stuff's getting slower and it's telling you it's because it's throttling you, that's because you're using it a lot. And then the third thing is if you want to use a feature that you learned about and it's not, and you don't have access to it, then yeah. So until then, I mean, if you want to spend $20, $40, $60, right? Like knock yourself out. But for me, a long time ago, that was a way to hold myself accountable, to push myself. So if that's a reason, I was spending money, I wanted to make sure I was pushing it. So etiquette wise, and when it first started, I was cranking out so many emails. Like 3 years ago, I was answering questions like faster than anybody knew, and I was like, nobody has any idea that I'm not writing any of this stuff. And the more I kept doing that, the more I was like, man, somebody's going to figure this out someday, that's how I can work so fast and answer so many emails, is because I'm not actually doing it. And then right around that realization was around the time when everybody started doing it. And so you need to be using the tools to edit your emails, if not everyone, but it needs to be part of your email process, your response process, your text message, your Slack messages or your Teams messages. It needs to be part of that process, so that when one situation comes up and you get a 7,000 word text message from your coworker, you're ready to process it, and you're ready to post process the output to turn it into your own words. Sometimes I don't tweak it at all. Sometimes I spend 2 hours tweaking an email that ChatGPT wrote for me because it's that important, or it was just that good of a starting point. So what is the etiquette? I mean, the etiquette is use it and make it you and don't be ashamed. We're at the point now where probably most people all that are still on this call have probably sent an email that was near 100% written by ChatGPT.
Okay. And do you recommend Granola for something like a graphic creation? I see you trying to create a logo. Granola good after that one? Or
I use Granola. Good question. I use Granola for the PowerPoint creation, the slide deck creation. If you can't tell, I'm a Google user. I'll even that whole presentation. I mean, it looked a lot different when it got it from Granola, but I'll go through and build this whole outline of what we're going to talk about today. And it takes days to put all this together, right? And formulate the ideas. And then I'll do the talk track. And then when I have this all organized, I'll have ChatGPT turn it into a slide deck outline, and I give that to Granola. And it literally, ChatGPT will write like slide 1, have this image. I give all that to Granola, and in like 2 minutes, I had a whole slide deck made. That's way overkill and not on brand and not actually what I want to say, but it's got all the information there. So then I'll download it out of Granola and put it into, I'll use PowerPoint sometimes or just Google Slides. And then I'll go to town ripping that apart and stylizing it and tuning the message. And I still spend hours on decks, but I was going to spend probably more.
But you don't have to pay an assistant either.
thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Justin. That's great. Thank you.
Cool. All right. Well, have a great day. And let me know if anybody needs anything. Go get all the materials with more expanded examples and stuff later today.
Justin, let me just
Thank you,
blow
Justin.
up your head a little bit at the end here because you really do share with us, out of the goodness of your heart, information that makes a drastic difference in our workflows and our incomes. And I am deeply grateful. And I just wanted to say thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank
enjoy-
you.
I enjoy giving it out. It's good to hang out with my friends.
Super.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Have a good day.
Thanks,
See you.
Justin.
Thank you, Justin.
Bye.
Amazing.